You're listening to 1069 Click FM, live in color.
I did see that, Logan. Yes, the Cubs got absolutely shellacked and shut out by the Brewers today, 8-0. Damn. Wow. So I had actually heard on one sports pregame show or another people starting to mention the Cubs as a possible dark horse to make a wild card. And I saw that they'd climbed back up in the division standings since then. But, well, we are getting to that time of the year where the front runners and the ones who have to fight for the last seats in the car are becoming pretty clear at this point. Oh, yeah, that is apparently also a thing that is happening. Washington, the Huskies, and the Oregon Ducks apparently be joining the Big Ten. All right, let's clarify. Is it going to be specifically for a sport or for every sport? And is it going to be this year, next year? Are they phasing it in? Is there more to the story than that, or is this just preliminary reports that an agreement has been outlined for a potential deal in the future? 2024, every sport. Wow. So the Big Ten is just kind of coast to coast? So is the maybe I think the only explanation I can think of is that the people who are actually running these divisions got bored a number of years ago and just started trying to play Settlers of Catan through which schools were in their divisions. And right now, the Big Ten is trying to link all the way from ocean to ocean, which I have to admit, it's a gutsy and a long haul call that they did, but I admire the effort. I very much approve of that. Hey, Adam. I saw that you had some bad bad news, although it was after the re-signing of Danielle Hunter. Uh, Sorry about that. It seems to be going around as football is here, and that means it's time for more injuries that make our hearts break just as much as it makes the hearts of the players break. And by the way, congratulations again, Logan, on the Brewers being in first place. I am looking forward to how the next 2 months are going to go leading up to the playoffs, which are going to be here before you know it, folks, along with all the college basketball and the professional basketball. Things going to get crazy in October. Logan says just means more teams for a revamped Wisconsin to embarrass and back away, get the recruits to back away from their commitments and commit to Wisconsin. Logan's cup is neither half full nor half empty. Uh, Logan's cup cannot contain. It is brimming over constantly, making a bit of a mess, but hey, infinite liquid. Who's going to object to that? In case you haven't figured out, we are sponsored by Green River Soda today. The only soda that looks, smells, and tastes like it was canned straight from a green river. We do have a cat here, by the way. She has been hiding just off screen, very angry with me because I've been sitting here doing things instead of sitting here petting her, which was my primary responsibility. But it's Angie. Monty almost never comes in here on his own unless he knows that Angie is definitely not around and I'm in here, because then he has a reason to come in. Otherwise, she has trained him well to stay out of this room. Oh, so to return to what I was going on about earlier with Major League Baseball this season, from what have been able to gather so far, like I said, like the good teams, the mediocre teams are starting to pull themselves apart, but all the teams at the top, I'd say none of them look invincible. Like, and I mean this for Atlanta as well as Baltimore, who are currently the teams with the two best records in the majors right now. I think, as it stands right now, the World Series is still wide open for a clear favorite. And Luke, I did remember seeing that Ashes did end in a 2-2 tie, so the series is a draw. The Ashes stay in Australia, and then try again next time. But fortunately, there is the NFL coming up, so it will somewhat take the pain away. And I finally caught the fever. I went looking through the entire NFL schedule today, and yes, I am fine. It has finally hit me that the season is upon us, and yeah, I saw that True North. The Blue Bombers ended up beating the Lions 50-14. Damn. For a brief moment, I saw on the schedule next week, oh, the Blue Bombers are playing the Elks. Then I thought, nah, they'd probably just brutalize them. And then I saw the score and I was like, oh, they would definitely do that. They might hang 70 on the Elks. Which one of the Chiefs is one that got in trouble, Tyler? Oh. Oh, Luke. Oh, Luke. You might have to narrow that down for me, because I've given up trying to keep up on the shocking things anymore, to be honest. And yeah, Adam, I think, well, right now, you all are staying the most consistent out of anybody else in the AL Central. Like, it seems every month that it's time for a different team to go on a hot streak. And you guys are just like the little engine that could, just the saying, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. High lurking Ishi. Think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. So I do plan on covering the Twins in the future. So I'll be able to get a better look at them. Oh, Ishi, I did want to ask you, are you a big baseball person? Because right now, I think the Giants might be a team to be worried about. Just because they are playing really well against opponents with records above 500. And right now, they're sitting right in the wild card spot. Actually, they're the top wild card team at the moment. I think they're a game and a half back of the Dodgers, maybe 2.5. But yeah, they're definitely still in this. All right, now for next, right? Oh, yes, the Tom Brady being one of the new minority owners in the Birmingham City Football Club was announced yesterday. And, a choir of angels sang out in rejoicing. The Lakers star Anthony Davis has agreed on a 3-year, $186 million max extension, which will tie him to the franchise through 2028 for a total of $270 million plus. Davis lands richest annual extension in NBA history at $62 million. Ooh, damn. Best of luck. Oh yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Ishii. Um, Tyler, I'll actually be watching Dodgers Padres this Sunday. So I will finally get a better look at your Dodgers. Savannah Banana Baseball. Okay. Like I said, Ishii, I thought it was a good time. You know? It's like it's a nice twist on baseball. Looks like everybody's having fun out there, taking it seriously but not seriously at the same time, which evokes the better days of us of slow pitch Chicago softball to me before they stopped allowing people to drink during the games. Now Patrick Mahomes, I think, is clamoring for that crown right now. You're not wrong, Tyler. MKI is crying because of all that money getting paid to Anthony Davis. Yeah, Logan, I saw Alvin Kamara will miss the game against the Packers. That's part of his suspension and that whole deal, correct? Oh, hello, Mr. Grassi. Hey, Tom, let me ask you real quick. From what you've seen coming out of the Packers training camp, is there a player that has surprised you in a good way? And I'd like to spread the question out to everybody from your own respective teams as well. What is there a player that has caught your attention that you didn't expect? Because it's always not, it's always fun when when those diamonds in the rough come up. Like, in fact, that the I'm love, James Robinson, or people having career resurgences like Geno Smith. Oh, Ishii seeing good things out of Brandon Ayuk out of training camp. Luke hasn't paid much attention. Jaden Reed is super exciting. They're going to utilize him in a few different ways. Okay. Brock Purdy almost had another scare again in training camp. Well, hope he's all right. I went through the same thing with CJ GJ. Oh, Mr. Cordman, life is good. Just hanging here with my Green River soda, my cat. Just enjoying the last bits of calm and easy going before the football season starts up and just kind of takes all the focus of our brains. Takes us all over. Zach Tom at center for the Packers is, I don't recognize the name. True North, is that, somebody you recently acquired? And how so? Speaking of cats, asks Cornman, how does one get a cat to stop excessively meowing? Alright, you know, figure out what's causing the meowing and then go from there. Is it a need that hasn't been met? Is it, just wanting to come in and inspect the place? You know, lots of cats don't deal well with closed doors. So, you know, figure out the cause and then go from there. And do it in a way that doesn't involve you putting yourself out at the expense of the cat. Keep that in mind. Oh, he just wants food. No, honestly, just sticking to the same feeding at the same time and not budging no matter how much they bother you. I've gotten these two almost down to a science, especially now that they've learned that not only can I feed them and keep them separated, but also I can sleep and that I won't be cranky during the day. William mentions rookie cornerback Trey Hawkins having a very strong camp. Ooh, hey, I can I can always appreciate a good cornerback coming out to help the team. I still miss Darrell Green. He was one of the best cornerbacks that Washington had back in the 80s and early 90s. Dude was he was kind of undersized compared to like the huge bumper crop of oversized receivers that would come, but he could still pass defend with the best of them because he had speed and he was willing to leap and get involved in whatever way he could. He rarely ever got penalized either. So Zach Tom was drafted last year in the 4th round, center or right tackle this season. Meanwhile, Trey Hawkins was a 6th round pick. Ooh. Hey, even better if you can score with a late round pick. Huzzah for you guys. Yeah, I saw that about Kamara getting suspended, Cornman. I also saw the retort that it meant that it would just have to be Jamal Williams that scores all the touchdowns against the Packers, which I have a feeling he'd want to do anyway, because that's kind of just how Jamal Williams rolls. He is the true honey badger of the NFL, but in like a really adorable way. Luke, is Josh Myers ever not injured? Genuine question. Adam thinks Jamal will feast. Hey, Adam, at this point, I can't wait until he makes a stop with you. I hope you enjoy his running and his personality as much as everybody else did. You legit don't know at this point. Okay. Crossed fingers for you. Although I would like to say something about this upcoming season, that there's never any way to predict everything that will happen in a season. But looking back just over the past couple of years, and it has been amazing how things have turned. That now we are regularly considering the Cincinnati Bengals as having Super Bowl expectations, or at least making the deep playoff runs. And the Buffalo Bills are back, and the Kansas City Chiefs are the new most hated team in the NFL. For once, the Packers are on uncertain territory with a quarterback, and people are nervous about the Lions. And it's just odd shifts in the balances of divisions and the conferences that have been happening over the past couple of years. And I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to where it could possibly go. Yeah, I never thought anybody would be scared of the Lions, but maybe that crazy bastard's onto something. Oh, he's good at blocking Packers players. That's okay, that's a concern. Thank you, True North. Yeah, at this point, Corn Man, I think the only thing that the other conferences can do is do everything in their power to convince Boise State not to join the Big Ten, because then obviously they'll get that straight connection across the country, and then they'll win Catan. Creed Humphrey went one pick after Josh Myers. But yeah, I am, as much fun as I've had with the CFL, and it has been a great time, and I am keeping the Grey Cup on my calendar for that. I'm excited for the NFL to get back. Um, I've already started planning out games to stream alongside. It is it's going to be fun. I'm going to try to mix it up. It's not always going to be the Lions. No, I don't have any bets involving the Lions' postseason hopes. I still have that one about the Packers. I haven't forgotten it, Logan. Oh yeah, it's I imagine you're not the only one, Leif, who's getting blindsided by that. Maybe all we need now is for, I don't know, Rutgers to join the Pac-10, and this can really truly be complete. Oh, that's the thing that I noticed that was really funny in the schedule, Adam, is that our two games against the Vikings are essentially within the last 3 weeks of the season. They are just running on the assumption that that is going to be the match for the NFC North title, which is why I promise I will can't say I didn't warn you about the Bears. I think they would very much like to surprise people. Packers signed a player named Aaron Mosby. I don't know if it is a joke. I don't know any jokes with that punchline. All right, let me check the schedule again. And see if there's anything else that had particularly concerned me. Oh yeah, I'm wondering if the New York Yankees are going to stay afloat long enough to try to make the AL wild card an exclusively AL East thing. But some headline that I saw flashing on the ticker last night about Anthony Rizzo having post-concussion syndrome because of some collision back during a late April game. And that and Anthony Judge, I still think there may be some worries about his foot. But hey, at least the chances are better they won't make it. Grossi and Bill Swirsky superfans to do a trash talk segment. Honestly, I could conceivably see that happening, to be honest. Like, the guys who originated that sketch, like they're pretty they're pretty they're just local Chicago people. So they're not really, I think they'd be up. I think if somebody approached them at the right angle and the right time, they might be up for it. Especially to know that maybe somebody from the internet generation remembers the super fans. And yeah, we do miss Chris Farley, the super fan. Ooh, and then Tim coming in with the esports competition between the Patriots esports Rocket League team, the Cowboys esports Rocket League team went to Game 7 overtime, and the Cowboys ended up winning. And they play tomorrow versus another team that went to Game 7 overtime for a chance to make World. Woo! Oh, Monty's been busy. Yeah, at this point, yeah, the Elks are about to become the lolcow of the CFL. And I hate to use that terminology, but that's the best we can describe it. Or would there be a better animal to pair it with, seeing as it's Canada? Well, they've seen as how they now own the North American sports record for most consecutive home losses, which they took from the St. Louis Browns before they moved to Baltimore and became the Orioles. Yeah, lol moose. You don't need to add lol to moose. Moose is funny on its own. It does not need the crutch of lol. Oh, talking like I'm an authority on this subject. Oh boy, Logan's been drinking the Green River. Oh, Brewers are winning the World Series. Okay, this was something that I was curious about, and I thought you'd be able to, explain it a little better than I could because you're more familiar with how how they do on a game-to-game basis. So I see they're 59 and 51, you know, not a bad record at all. It's it's keeping pace right with a couple of the wild card teams, but at least it's better than the Twins. So, no objections there. And I'm looking through the wild card standings and the ones over on MLB.com, and I look over here and I see that you got a very, very, very close runs scored, runs against. Um, um, so what I'm curious about is how does that end up happening? Is it just a lot of close games, a lot of low scoring games, or was there like weird odd patches earlier in the season that you don't want to talk about anymore? No, Logan is just a very optimistic, very ardent anything from Wisconsin supporter. Oh, Atlanta right now I think is laughing in everybody's face, Leif. They're one of the few teams that truly make me nervous, although they have been capable of showing their ass in a couple of embarrassing losses this season. Oh yeah. I mean, historically, I think the Elks are, I think, one of the top three winningest franchises as far as Grey Cup championships. I think they're, I think they've been in existence for a rather long time, and sometimes franchise just falls on hard times. Detroit wouldn't know anything about that. Of course not. Neither would Green Bay during the 1980s. But yeah, yeah, the Browns. Oh, poor Browns fans. They did win the Hall of Fame game last night, and that one receiver for the Browns apparently got what I guess is the equivalent to the Undertaker fist bump from Aaron Rodgers. So now he's apparently going to be the next big thing. Sports people are weird, yo. True North clarifies for me they have 14 Grey Cup championships, second most of all time. All right. And Edmonton have been around for a while. They used to be the Eskimos, correct? True North, and then they became the Elks. No, fair, their decision. A lot of that, a lot of the, many or all, I think many or almost all of those championships were won when they were the Eskimos. Were they? Oh yeah, I saw Cornman Braves won 8-0. Oh, thank you, Tim M. You know, keep your eyes out, both you and Cordman. Feel free to let us know when it posts. And what? Who's your third ace, Logan? Who are you? Who are you referring to that you just got back from injury? I'm assuming it is injury. It'll be up tomorrow. Just look up Rocket League Esports. Okay, cool. Trying to think if there's anything else that I needed to bring up today. You know what? No, I don't think I do. I think I've said everything I needed to say. Unless there's any questions you all have for me regarding some sports related thing. The Vikings V1 eliminated yesterday. Oh, too bad. True North tells me Edmonton last won the Grey Cup in 2015. They changed their name in 2020. Okay. All right, so there's a clear demarcation. Yeah, I think screw it. That's long enough for today. I talked all I wanted to talk about. Oh, Cordman, the Blue Bombers won 50-14 over the Lions. Detroit is already qualified as well as the Bengals team. Oh, cool. Good for them. Meanwhile, I am going to go just collapse into something resembling a shower. Yeah, a 50 burger. And thank you all for joining me here on Ass Talk this afternoon on 106.9 Click FM. Take care of yourselves. I will see you over the weekend for more live streams. Night, Milwaukee, wherever you are.